The property, which had been taken to the stable at the rear of the pub, was found to consist of a large number of plumber's tools and 2 excellent guns, the former being part of the property stolen from Messrs. Webb's warehouse at Digley's Wharf, and the guns belonging to Mr. Hook of Newland. On Saturday morning, the police searched a house in the blockhouse where the prisoner Brooks occasionally lived with a girl named Hannah Cleese. They were obliged to break open the door to obtain an entrance, when they found a quantity of mutton which it was evident had not been cut into joints by a butcher. After the mutton was found, Cleese said to PC Chip, "It was Brooks as brought us into all this here trouble. It was him what brought us here, and he promised to fetch it back." Cleese, as well as the meat, were removed to the station house. At 12 o'clock, the whole of the prisoners were taken to Messrs. Cameron's office in Palace Yard, where they underwent an examination before Mr. J. Williams, Esquire. They were remanded for a further hearing on Tuesday for the purpose of allowing the necessary witnesses to be produced. On Tuesday, the prisoners were again brought up and their examination proceeded with before J. Williams and E. Sanderson, Esquire. In this case, there were 9 witnesses examined, and the evidence against the prisoners was very conclusive. Brooks called a woman with whom he said he lodged, and with the view of providing an alibi, this witness was called outside, but did not, however, make her appearance. 2 guns taken possession of by the police were produced and identified as the property of Mr. Hook, and it was sworn they were safe in his house when his family retired to bed. George Sanders stated that he purchased the 2 guns in question from the prisoners at the Horse and Jockey, Pump Street, on Friday, and was to have given £1 2s for them. Mr. R.T. Reed appeared for the prosecution and Mr. Creswell for the prisoners. All the prisoners were found guilty of stealing the guns and ordered to be removed while an examination was taken respecting the sheep stealing, as it was thought there was insufficient evidence to charge them with it. Hannah Cleese was then charged with receiving the carcass of a sheep, the property of Mr. Coney of Whittington, knowing it to have been stolen. In her defence, Cleese said that the meat was brought to her house on Friday morning by Brooks to leave there for a short time, as he said the police were after him and he was afraid he would be caught. Mr. Ball, solicitor, appeared for the prosecution on behalf of the Pershore Agricultural Association for the prosecution of felons, Mr. Coney being a member of that society. Mrs. Williams, the landlady of the Horse and Jockey, afforded the officers every assistance which she could in setting the trap for the thieves. Much interest was excited during the examination of the prisoners, which lasted several hours. Altogether, 21 witnesses heard in the 3 cases. Messrs. Cameron and Foley's office was thronged to excess, as was also Palace Yard, in which it is situated, where no less than 500 to 600 persons were assembled to obtain a sight of the prisoners as they were escorted to jail. I could find no report of what their sentences were. However, my 3 times great-granddad was transported to Australia for stealing 7 sheep. They would all be sent to jail with various sentences depending on their involvement in the theft. They could get hard labour.